believe it. Why did they put you in there? They never said you were coming.
What happened, Nels?
Careful now. Oh, mind yourself. Oh, that's the trans mat. Scrambles your head. I was sick for days. All right. So, what's your name then, sweetheart?
The doctor, I think. I don't know what happened.
You got chosen.
Chosen for what?
You're a housemate. You're in the house. Isn't that brilliant?
Hold on. Is this bloody Big Brother?
You are live on channel 44,000. Please do not swear.
You have got to be kidding.
As Series 1 comes to an end, our cast are split up. The Doctor is in the Big Brother house with these lot, Rose is on the weakest link with this very talented guy, and the android...
God, the android. The android.
And Jack, our new companion from a few episodes earlier, is... well...
What's a defabricator? Okay, defabricator. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Am I naked in front of millions of viewers?
Absolutely.
Ladies, your viewing figures just went up.
Captain Jack Harkness, as I said, is our new companion, and he is incredibly good. Despite not knowing him for long, he is fiercely loyal to the Doctor, doing everything the Doctor says, sometimes without him even saying it. He also represents the first gay companion, though this would later be expanded upon when he returned with his own spin-off, Torchwood. Jack's actor, on the other hand, John Barrowman, is probably best left alone. All I'm going to say is, Barrowman apologised for his conduct, and the cast accepted said apology. I'm not saying he should have done it, quite the opposite. Even if intended as a joke, his actions were not okay, but they had been known for years and only brought under scrutiny again because of Noel Clarke's behaviour, which is completely unforgivable. Anyway, back to the story. In 2005 this would have worked wonderfully, as all three shows were relevant. Nowadays, things aren't the same. Big Brother ran on Channel 4, then got moved to Channel 5, eventually being cancelled in 2018, a shell of its former self and only watched by gammons. Apparently it's set to return on ITV2 in October this year, so when this comes out it'll be last month. The Weakest Link ran till 2017, but nowadays has Romesh as the host. Should probably be the Romesh droid instead. And finally, Trini and Susanna, whose series What Not to Wear ended in the same year as this episode, meaning it's the only one I'd never actually heard of since I wasn't even born yet. So, pretty dated, which is a real shame. Got a bit sidetracked there. Let's actually get back to the story. So the Doctor's in Big Brother with Linda with a Y.
Linda with a Y, not Linda with an I. She got forcibly evicted because she damaged the camera.
Thanks, Linda. So each member of the crew was pulled out of the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's the trans mat beam. That's how they pick the housemates.
It's worse than that. I'm not just some passing traveller. No stupid little transmat gets inside my ship. That beam was 15 million times more powerful, which means this isn't just a game.
Exactly, so something bigger must be going on if the TARDIS can be breached. In The Weakest Link, Rose is playing to win, but everyone seems tense for some reason.
Touchdown.
No, Torchwood.
Name drop there.
What's she laughing? Oh my god. What do you think she knows?
Knows what? It's just a game show.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Wait. What?
She was the weakest link. She gets disintegrated. It's play or die.
Something very similar happens in the Big Brother house, as housemate Crosby is voted out, causing the Doctor to look rather insensitive as she's disintegrated.
What was that?
Disintegrator beam.
been evicted. From life.
And now he realises how serious it really is. So with Trini and Susanna, Jack is getting clothing advice, sexually assaulting the robots while he's at it. Not the only thing he sexually assaults on this series. Jack gets defabricated again and prepares for his next outfit.
And now it's time for the face-off.
What does that mean? Do I get to compete with someone else?
No, like I said, face-off.
How the hell is he going to get out of this one?
Now, hold on, ladies. I don't want to have to shoot either one of you.
But you're unarmed. You're naked. But that's a compact laser deluxe. Where were you hiding that?
You really don't want to know.
After damaging a camera, the Doctor plans on getting disintegrated.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Seems someone wants him alive. Breaking out, the Doctor offers Linda a hand, and a chance at survival.
Hold on. I've been here before. This is Satellite 5.
So the Doctor has actually been here before, back in the long game, finishing the episode by killing the controller of the satellite. Except this is the problem. As Linda says, that's when it started. 100 years of hell. The Doctor plunged the Earth into darkness, causing the human race to regress with no news, no information. He collapsed whole governments and economies. We never get to see the consequences of the Doctor's actions. Pretty much every story is completely independent, bar a few. It's good to see that the Doctor's actions, which he thought were great, actually had dire consequences. The Doctor tries to find Rose, but instead finds Jack, or more, Jack finds him. With his help, they do find out where she is, causing a race against time as she's made it to the final round. The round where she loses. In the last second, the Doctor makes it. And then... Rose is disintegrated. Now he's angry. Not just because people are dying, because now it's personal. Heading up to floor 500, they meet the controller, probably one of the creepiest characters in Doctor Who.
The controller is linked into the transmissions. The entire output goes to her brain. You're not a member of staff, so she doesn't recognize your existence.
What's her name?
I don't know. She was installed when she was 5 years old. That's the only life she's ever known.
This Earth is sick. When solar flares hit, the controller reveals that she has masters behind her, people controlling Satellite 5 from the shadows, but she can't say who. Jack comes over with a revelation.
Linda, could you stand over there for me, please?
I just want to go home.
It'll only take a second. Could you stand in that spot quick as you can? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
But you killed her.
What do you think?
It's not a disintegrator, it's a transmat beam. Nobody has actually ever died. So this means that Rose is alive. Right, so where is she? This looks vaguely familiar. The Doctor explains to Elaine the Pain and Davidge, two Satellite 5 workers, exactly how much danger that they're in. 200 Dalek ships, more than 2,000 units on each one, almost 500,000 Daleks. Hey look, it's the Daleks! What a reveal! No one had any idea about that at the time, which would be true if it weren't for the previous Next Time trailer.
That's impossible. I know those ships. They were destroyed.
Obviously they survived.
Who thought this was a good idea? Genuinely! To set up a reveal so great that it just gets crushed instantly. Did they know that Boomtown would be so bad people might not continue watching? Is that it? Here's how you do a Next Time trailer.
How did you survive the Time War?
They survived through me.
Slight reveals, no big plot points ruined, it's brilliant. What were they thinking? Anyway, yes, it's the Daleks. Somehow they've survived the Time War. Within seconds, the TARDIS heads towards the Dalek fleet, and then gets blown up by missiles. Nah, just kidding. They've got a force field, and the ability to materialise right over Rose and a Dalek, which gets blown up by Jack.
Rose, get down! Get down, Rose!
Rose wonders how the Daleks can be here. After all, they were destroyed in the Time War, right? I mean...
One minute they're the greatest threat in the universe, the next minute they vanished out of time and space.
They went off to fight a bigger war.
So somehow they have survived. Well, what are they going to do to stop them?
No good stood round here chin wagging. Human race should gossip all day. Daleks have got the answers. Let's go meet the neighbours.
You can't go out there!
Is that it?
That was a good trick. Even though he jokes, when it comes to the Daleks, the Doctor is deadly serious. So...
How did you survive the Time War?
They survived through me.
And there it is, our grand reveal. The Emperor of the Daleks reborn. The Emperor has built a brand new empire by converting humans. The only pure Dalek here is the Emperor himself.
I am the god of all Daleks!
If that's what you prefer to be called. Because of his actions, each Dalek hates its own existence. And as the Doctor says...
And that makes them more deadly than ever.
After all the bravado and joking in front of his enemy, the Doctor loses it in the TARDIS. His whole race burned just to stop the Daleks, and here they are, still alive in full force, and ready to exterminate the Earth. Right, what can the Doctor do? A Delta Wave!
A Delta Wave? A Delta Wave!
Racing against the clock, the Doctor prepares to build the Delta Wave, while Jack prepares an army to fight against the Daleks when they board the station.
And what are we fighting with?
The guards had guns with bastic bullets, that's enough to blow a Dalek wide open.
A nice nod to the classic series. Rose, on the other hand, is a complete and total bitch. For the last few minutes, Linda has kind of taken her place, and Rose, well, she doesn't take it well. Look at her face in these scenes. She absolutely despises Linda, who is really just a nice person. Is this out of character? No, not really. Throughout Series 1, Rose is shown to be a not very nice person. Something that will continue later in this episode and through to Series 2, but we can talk more about that in tomorrow's video. Though I do give her credits for this scene.
No, I was just thinking, and I mean, obviously you can't, but you got a time machine. Why can't you just go back to last week and warn them?
As soon as the TARDIS lands in that second, I become part of events, stuck in the timeline.
Yeah, I thought it'd be something like that.
While I don't particularly like her, one thing I can give Rose is that she does care for other people. Most of the time. That's why he travels with her. She can also come up with good ideas.
Rose Tyler, you're a genius! We can do it! If I use the TARDIS to cross my own timeline, yes! Hold that down and keep position.
What's it doing?
Cancels the buffers. If I'm very clever, and I'm more than clever, I'm brilliant, I might just save the world. I'll rip it apart.
I go for the first one.
Me too. Now, just got to go and power up the game station. Hold on!
Except it was all a lie, to keep her safe.
This is Emergency Program 1. Rose, now listen, this is important. If this message is activated, then it can only mean one thing. We must be in danger, and I mean fatal. I'm dead or about to die any second with no chance of escape.
No!
And that's okay, hope it's a good death. But I promise to look after you, and that's what I'm doing. The TARDIS is taking you home.
I won't let you.
And I bet you're fussing and moaning now. Typical. But hold on and just listen a bit more. The TARDIS can never return for me. Emergency Program 1 means I'm facing an enemy that should never get their hands on this machine. So this is what you should do. Let the TARDIS die. Just let this old box gather dust. No one can open it, no one will even notice it. Let it become a strange little thing standing on a street corner. And over the years, the world will move on and the box will be buried. And if you want to remember me, then you can do one thing. That's all. One thing.
Have a good life. Do that for me, Rose. Have a fantastic life.
And like that, the Doctor sends her home with a final goodbye. You think it's just a recording that he can't bear to face her, but it's not. Him turning towards her and saying his final goodbye in person, even if it is through just a hologram, shows just how much he truly loved and cared for her. Or was it? Well, you'll find out in episode 29. Hold on. Why didn't the doctor send Jack home as well? What a cut! Jack briefs the survivors on Floor Zero about the Daleks, but not many rally to his cause, even after his wonderful speech.
So here's a few words of advice. Keep quiet. And if you hear fighting up above, if you hear us dying, then tell me that the Daleks aren't real.
Jack says that the Daleks will go up instead of down, which I can't quite believe. The Daleks hate everything non-Dalek, and there are a lot of Daleks. 500,000. Surely all of them won't go to Earth. They will definitely go down. He asks Rose to send him some codes, and the Doctor tells him she's gone. Instead of kicking up a fuss, Jack understands. He gets that he's second fiddle, and he also gets that the Delta Wave will kill him and everything in his path, just as the Emperor says. With the Emperor and the Doctor basically alone, he has the opportunity to ask about a question that has been looming over the whole series.
Because there's one thing I never worked out. The words bad wolf, spread across time and space, everywhere, drawing me in. How'd you manage that?
I did nothing.
Oh, come on, there's no secrets now, your worship.
They are not part of my design.
Other than Rose and the Doctor, the one almost constant throughout the series has been two words. Bad wolf, mentioned so much even the characters have begun to notice that it's following them. But we don't get the conclusion yet. On Earth, Rose is a little bit annoyed, to say the least, and I think this scene speaks for itself.
It's what the rest of us do.
But I can't!
Why? Because you're better than us?
No, I didn't mean that! But it was. It was a better life. That you don't just give up. You don't just let things happen. You make a stand. You say no.
That's what the Doctor does. The Ninth Doctor has taken normal people and fashioned them into heroes, normal, regular people, and given their lives a higher purpose. It's classic Doctor Who, in that instead of doing the job himself, risking himself and his companion, other people have risked their lives instead, which is why I really cannot commend it. Yes, he tries to stop them most of the time, and they do it anyway, but usually it's just to impress him or to save him. Would everyone have died if he wasn't there? I suppose. So maybe that does make it a little bit better. As the Dalek fleet arrives at its destination in the future, Rose finally clocks on to Bad Wolf in the present. The Daleks enter on floor 494, and they arrive in full force, and they've disabled the internal defences. With the only option being the bastic bullets, they fire. But they don't work. Time War Daleks aren't the same as those on Necros. They make it up to 495 and meet Anne.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yes!
You are the weakest link.
Worth a shot. Despite what Jack said, the Daleks also head downstairs, arriving on floor 0 and exterminating everyone. Ruthless. Rose and Mickey try to open the heart of the TARDIS, so Rose can make contact with it and tell the TARDIS to go back. But Mickey's mini isn't exactly strong enough. I can't believe I wrote that. Jackie tries to convince Rose that it's not worth it. Just go back to her regular life. Her dad would say the same.
No, he wouldn't. He'd tell me to try anything. If I could save the Doctor's life, try anything.
Well, we're never gonna know.
Well, I know. Because I met him. I met Dad.
Don't be ridiculous.
The Doctor took me back in time and I met Dad.
Don't say that.
Remember when Dad died? There was someone with him. A girl, a blonde girl. She held his hand. You saw her from a distance, Mum. You saw her. Think about it. That was me.
Honestly, beautiful. Getting through to Rose, Jackie calls in a favour.
Mum, where the hell did you get that from? Rodrigo. He owes me a favour. Never mind why. But you were right about your dad, sweetheart. He was full of mad ideas, and it's exactly what he would have done.
Coming in clutch as always. Seems Rose got through to her. Back on the station, the Daleks make it to floor 496, and the Resistance puts up a good effort. By concentrating their fire, they manage to blind one of the Dalek eye stalks, but their defence slowly crumbles. And they're not the only ones who aren't safe, as Linda has been found. Classic Daleks, cutting through the door. But that looks like it'll take ages. Surely she'll be fine. With everyone else literally dead, Jack and the Doctor are the only ones left. The Daleks, ever so sadistic, just take their time with Jack. They know that his bullets have little chance of actually hurting them, but instead of just killing him, they wait until he's finally cornered and just shoot him dead.
I kind of figured that.
Leaving only the Doctor, but he may be too late. The Doctor has in his hands to do what he did in the Time War, destroy the Daleks, but also another race to guarantee their destruction.
I want to see you become like me. Hello, the Doctor, the great exterminator.
I'll do it!
Then prove yourself, Doctor. What are you, coward or killer?
Instead of choosing to destroy everything a second time, another genocide, he accepts his fate as the coward, not the killer. And that's that. Or is it? After trying their hardest, Rose succeeded. She managed to embody the entire time vortex inside of her. She is the bad wolf, scattering the message throughout time to herself. With this limitless power, she ends the Time War, erasing every single Dalek there from existence. Dalek Prime has finally been destroyed. While she's at it, she even brings Jack back to life. But no human being can contain the entire time vortex inside of them.
My head
Come here.
is killing me.
I think you need a doctor.
Yet again, the Doctor saves his companion, but not Jack. He's too late for that.
I sang a song and the Daleks ran away. Rose Tyler. I was going to take you to so many places. Barcelona, not the city Barcelona, the planet Barcelona. You'd love it. Fantastic place. They've got dogs with no noses. Imagine how many times a day you end up telling that joke and it's still funny.
Then why can't we go?
Maybe you will, and maybe I will, but not like this.
In his last moments, the Doctor just makes jokes and reassures his companion. Instead of one big speech, he just makes sure Rose knows that everything is going to be alright.
Can't you do something?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. Except it means I'm going to change. And I'm not going to see you again. Not like this. Not with this daft old face. And before I go...
Don't say that.
Rose. Before I go, I just want to tell you you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
This is the best regeneration any Doctor has ever had. No big speech, no big exploding TARDIS, just the Doctor telling his companion everything will be okay, and doing what he always does, being kind.
New teeth. That's weird. So where was I? Oh, that's right. Barcelona.
Honestly, that's the best one we've watched so far. I mean, Caves of Androzani is good, and The War Games is my favourite, but Bad Wolf and The Parting of the Ways? Nah, that's a league of its own. For newer fans, this was the first regeneration story, so he wasn't just reassuring Rose, but also the audience, the kids at home. The show is in safe hands. He may be changing, but everything is fine. In full honesty, this is Davies' masterpiece. He revives the Daleks yet again as a full threat, packs it full of jokes, but also creates a serious undertone throughout the two parts. He introduces the first LGBT moment in Doctor Who, to my knowledge, and ends off Series 1 perfectly. No loose ends whatsoever. Well, except Torchwood, but that's just a throwaway line. As I've said before, Christopher Eccleston's Doctor is one of the most unique. Unlike literally every single other Doctor, he only had a single series. And honestly, I'm kind of glad. Behind the scenes, things were not very rosy. In an interview with Blue Peter, he's not very enthusiastic, and even says that the presenter can keep his jacket, since he won't be needing it. Eccleston did not get on with the production team at all. Even members of the cast he didn't either, particularly John Barrowman. We don't truly know the reason why he left, because even though he has spoken out on it, and is a very outspoken person, we never quite get the full picture, probably to keep a professional integrity. We do know one thing, however, and that's how much he admired Davies, as he constantly refers to how people are wrong on him, being Eccleston, being the reason why the show was brought back so well. It was the scripts and writers instead. Eccleston only having one series is probably for the best, because it was damn good.
Hello. Okay.
I cannot wait for this, Doctor. Tomorrow is gonna be good. I'll see you then.
Oh, that's right. Barcelona.